Alrighty, I think we're going to leave it here for now, Ken. There should be a lot of boom boom in there. How you doing?
Very good, very good. Yeah, I was on here a little bit ago. AC3KP, Pittsburgh. I talked to Art for just a few minutes, and I had to get something to eat. And then I'm just sitting here. I have the radio on in the background and my headphones. I'm just going, watching YouTube videos. That's about it. Just chilling out and, relaxing. But, man, you sound really good. I have you 20 dB on regular signals on Thetis, and then on the stingy-S meter, the text max bin, you were about 5/9. So, yeah, you're booming down here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you too. I wasn't looking, but you were definitely over 9. Yeah, I've been rearranging pieces in the rack. I had to switch mics. The tube mic, the one that you've been hearing me on, it was just too damn sensitive. I was hearing my breaths left and right, no matter what I did with the gain or the compression. So I'm on the trusty RE27.
Is it mostly rack gear, or are you doing like a hybrid setup?
No, it's all rack gear, except the rack terminates into the audio interface, and then I bring the audio in via CM ASIO, and then I do have CFC turned on, but all the levels are flat. So I'm not manipulating any of the frequencies, so it's really just a broadband compressor to give it a little lift.
Okay, so you got the bachelor pad going on there. So you going to stay up later? Are you going to be a little night owl tonight?
No, probably not. I have a head cold. I gotta go. I'm up so early during the week that I'm up at 4:30 every day. So even on the weekends, the latest I can make it is 6:30, maybe 7. So I'll go to bed, or I'll stay up a little later. I'd normally be in bed by now watching TV. I know she's gonna call me around 9:30 when the show ends. So when she calls, I got to take the call, and I'll probably do another half hour down here. Yeah, I got you're sounding great too, and I've got the same signal on you. You're 10 on the max bin, and you're 20 or a little bit more on the regular meter. Yeah, I find, especially when I'm doing the recordings on the Kiwi, I've got to be at least 10 over. S9, I'll hear it. I'll be able to hear if something's really bad, but I can't hear all the real intricacies of each frequency. But 10 over is great. And then sometimes on K3FEF, I'm 40 over. And then I'm I'm hearing everything. I'm and then I go crazy. And then you got to really think, how often is, somebody that you're talking to going to hear you at 40 over? Well, the best Kiwi SDR in the whole network is in your state. And it's so good that people all over the world log into it, and he only allows 4 people in at a time, so that you usually have to enter a waiting room to get in. It's K3FEF, Foxtrot Echo Foxtrot. He's in Northeast PA. I maxed out my time in there today, and I don't have the VPN on. So the second one that I use, I'm 25 over into it right now. You're 10 over into it. I'm recording this on there. Is November 1, November Tango Echo. That's on the Massachusetts, Connecticut border. So I use that one. I use that one when I can't get into K3F or FEF, or I use that one if I'm too loud in K3FEF. I forgot. I think he's using a beverage. He's got. You can look him up online. I've spoken to him before, but he's got some receiver. Over.
Okay, you said, I want to make sure I got that right. Is it Kilo 3 Foxtrot Echo Foxtrot?
Yep, that's right. And then the second one is November 1, November Tango Echo, and that's the one I'm on. That's the one I'm recording on right now. And always, I think I told you this. You'll have the modes on the control panel, like AM, SAM, lower sideband, upper sideband. I record in IQ mode. Someone told me that, and it's like the closest you're going to get to like a Hermes or an Apache or a Flex receiver. So when you click IQ, the filter changes, and the filter will look like an AM filter. It'll have the center point, and then it'll have a lower side and an upper side. So if you're recording on lower side, you have to drag the upper side to 0. So you drag it to the left. You click it all the way to the right, you drag it to the left, and either drag it to 0 or -10. Like my low frequency in this profile is 40. So I'm probably recording at like -10 right now on the lower side, on the upper side. And then on the top side, you drag the filter till you're, like 4020, 4050, a little bit more than what your passband is. Yeah, those are the best ones near us. And then, there's some in New Hampshire. But now that's getting a little far from you for like audio stuff. And then, what I like about K3 FEF is I could come to 80 meters at 11 a.m., 1 p.m. It doesn't matter. No one's on the band. And I'm still 15 or 20 over into K3 FEF, no matter the time of day.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, definitely. Okay, right now I have the Spectrum on, and I'm watching our signal. And I can, keep in mind the band conditions, but it's really even across the entire audio spectrum, across that full 4K. You'll see it when I post up this video. It's pretty cool. I'm going to switch back to the collapse view. This is weird. I'm looking at my transmit audio on a Spectrum. You'll be able to see my audio in the Spectrum too. And then, you'll see yours. This is pretty weird. I never clicked over and used a Spectrum during transmit here.
I just did it now. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it. Very, very cool. You can, even with yours, I saw yours. You could see the compression. You could see the positive and negative peaks, and they they match. So we're very, very good. Now, with yours, when you transmit, yours looks bigger than the receive, right? And now I just switched it to Spectrum. I saw your Spectrum, but I don't, nope, it doesn't show it on transmit.
What's this thing doing? This is really, really weird. Go back to collapse mode. Huh. Yeah. So right now, Spectrum on and top of the screen. It's I guess it's showing expand, but I guess it's in the collapse mode.
Yeah, I'm playing with all of them here. Scope, let's see, Spectrum. See, Spectrum doesn't give anything on transmit. There's pan adapter, which is just the pan adapter. Scope again, scope 2, okay. Phase, I've got nothing on, maybe because I'm zoomed out. No, I zoomed in, nothing. Phase 2, nothing on transmit. Waterfall, okay, that's just a waterfall. Histogram, nothing on transmit. Panafall, yes, obviously. Pan scope and spectroscope. Yep, okay. All right, what do I normally have it on? Panfall, right? Yeah, Panafall. There we go. All right, 9:30 KB2UKA. Well, I haven't even been posting there. I've been very busy. But if I'm gonna go live, I'll go live on TikTok. But it's been about a month since I've done that. And if I happen to get the urge to make like a video, I might post it on both. But yeah, that's where I go live. It's a lot of fun, man. You get a lot of people jumping into the live chat that have no idea what ham radio is. And in the 2 months that I did it every day, I think I got 5 people that sent me messages that they ordered the study material. So that's what I like about it. It's more impactful to people that don't know what ham radio is than YouTube was. I never had anyone message me on YouTube, hey, what are you doing? What is this? They come into the chat, and I've got Thetis up, and then I've got a little stream deck here, and I play funny sounds when they send a gift or when somebody follows me. And they'll come in and they'll be like, what the heck what is this? And I'll mute the receive and I'll talk to the chat and then I'll go back. What I found works really well with TikTok is calling CQ. because it gets boring to just hear, rag chew, because we're pretty boring what we're talking about. But if you call CQ, and I've got like the logbook up, and when I put in the call, the globe shows where they are in the world, and they're like, holy crap, you're talking to Germany. And then I pause it again, and I explain, there's no internet here. There is internet, but I'm not using internet. I'm not using cell phone. This is radio waves coming out of a wire 80 feet up in my tree that I'm sending power to. And then the radio wave goes up to the atmosphere, bounces back down, bounces back up, and the guy's antenna in Germany picks it up on the way down. And it's a very educational. Well, it is a Chinese company, and it's going to it's going to be a U.S. company. That's the deal they're working out. The way I look at it, they already have all my information. They have all your information too. If you have a cell phone, if you have an internet connection, if you're running Windows 10 or 11 on your computer, they've got it all. What are they going to get from me now? They're going to get my contacts and what websites I go to. Let them have it. That's how I look at it. Our socials are probably out there already. So that's why I just, I have my credit file locked with Experian.com. If I need to get a loan, I have to go in and click a button and unlock it. And then when I as soon as they run my credit, I relock it again. And then, any money I spend goes on my Amex. All my bills go on my Amex, even my car payments. The only thing that doesn't go on my Amex is my mortgage payment, because they don't allow it. And then I pay the Amex off every year. So if I see anything weird, I'll know the Amex is taken. I have Amazon Alexa in the house. She's listening to all our crazy conversations in here. So it's really entertaining. So that's why I don't care. Oh, well, that's not the guy that's 50 hertz wide. Good evening, Art.
Hey, Doug. Good to hear you. And good to hear you again, Ken. Ken and I were a little earlier in here, but yeah, man, I've been listening a little bit. I didn't realize FEF also does Kiwi, because I love his regular web.org, which he redid. That server, the GUI looks really good for web.org, and of course Kiwi is Kiwi. So I guess he's got double.
Yeah, I tried. I think it was. I think DJ told me about it. So maybe you told him. I tried recording myself on that new GUI, and it works very well, but I don't like the recording. So for the recording, I just stick with the Kiwi. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess you got things zeroed in here. You're sounding great. My goodness, your bottom end is unbelievable, man. You can cut rocks with that bass. Yeah, well, that's what I was going for with this thing. This profile is the boomy, but hopefully clean. And I don't know how long you were listening. I had to go back to the RE27, the studio, the tube mic. It was just too damn sensitive. No matter what I would do with the rack gear, there was noise. There was it would break. Even with the gate, and then I had a downward expander, it was too hot. So this thing's working just fine. Ah, okay, wow. So you're on the RE27. I would venture to guess that those three switches are probably straight up, coming up towards the mic element. I would love to hear the third switch on the left. So looking straight down the mic, that third switch, taking that one down, and how that would just make a small enhancement by cutting or rolling off a little bit of the bass region. But I'm just curious, are all three up at the moment? Oh yeah, they're all flat. They're all flat. So hold on, let me, because the mic's upside down on the boom. So if I'm holding it in my hand with the element away from me, right? So like I've got the XLR jack facing my chest. It's the switch on the left then, right? That's the bottom.
Yeah, see, I'm getting turned around with it. I know the switches and the movements by looking down the mic with the XLR connector, say towards the wall, not towards you, but the XLR connector towards the wall. And those three, the side of the mic is up where you see the three switches down there. It'll be the left one. So I guess it'd just be a mirror image if it's the other way around.
All right, well, I just flipped it around. There it is. It's cut. That's the low cut engaged. This is KB2UKA.
I don't know. Did you catch that, Ken? You see, it took away a little bit of that kind of, I don't want to say muddiness, but it's a little more clarity in there now. Even though it's still bassy, that little cut on the mic itself makes a big difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you're 200 cycles up. You must have hit the mouse.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did. I hit the mouse so well.
Holy crap! I paused. I had to get back to the screen. I was like, I must have bumped my VFO. You fooled me, Art. That was a good one.
I should click lock, but I do it every once in a while. Hey, that's why they put erasers on pencils. I'm going to implement something real quick. Being that you're recording, and I'll get a real good reference on it. I guess, am I coming in okay as far as the recording levels and signal to noise floor? I'm hoping I'm at least 10 to 15 over.
Yeah, on the Thetis peak, you're 20 over, and then on the stingy text, I have it on max bin. I think you're up to 10 over on that. So yeah, I got a good copy on you.
All right, I'm back. So what I heard on the recording, I listened to, because I was recording before I put the switch down. I like it better flat, not cut. But I also think, like right now, the mic is to the right corner of my mouth, and I'm talking straight ahead, but the mic is angled toward the corner of my lip. If I turn my head now and talk directly into the mic, that might be what's making the bass too much. But if I talk like this, which is how I built the profile, I think this is the sound I was going for right here.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds great. Man, it's just it's so clean. Even though I know you're shooting for that. That's what you're EQing for is a little more bottom region. But I mean, it's just so clean. It's got a smooth tone to it. I really like it.
So here's the rack. The rack is the RE27. Going into my old Fredenstein VAS mic pre, which I think is the same one NU9N uses. It's the one that he had on the website for a while. I've had this thing for like 4 years. Then into the Behringer Multicom Pro just for the noise gate. Then into a Warm Audio WA2A compressor. So I do that first. And the reason I bought that used because my Bellari tube compressor, something's wrong with it. I got to recap it. I opened it up. One of the caps was fat, and it started putting noise on the signal. So I'm going to recap it. Then into the Bellari 583 multiprocessor, which is like 2 dB of compression, and then it's got a bottom and a high-end exciter. That's turned up a little bit. Then I go into a Audio Arts 4200B parametric EQ. That's actually Wheatstone. Wheatstone made it, but this thing I bought on Reverb from a company called Revive Audio, who modified all the op amps, replaced the transformer, and it's not Voodoo modified, but it is Voodoo modified, but by a company called Revive. And it's a four-band parametric EQ, but I'm using 8 bands. I'm coming out of the output and going into channel 2. And then from there I go into the Behringer 3200, and I'm doing that voodoo trick coming out of the channel 1 with the unbalanced cable into channel 2, then into the triple C, and then into the virtualizer.
Wow. So what's the final routing as far as to the radio? Are you doing it with a like Apollo or some kind of audio interface, or are you hard cabling to like an input?
Nope, I'm using that good RME audio interface that I had. I go into one of the line inputs on the back of that, and then CM ASIO.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. I'm like counting all the boxes, right? All the hardware, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful system, right? It's all stacked up nicely. You got that beautiful all these different names and logos. And I was just thinking, Ken could take his mouse on his setup and right key and delete that whole thing in a second.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everything in here I had for a few years, except the warm audio that I just bought because the other compressor crapped the bed. Here, hold on, Art. Let's see, signal. There you are. Okay, that's the rack right there. Except the only thing you don't see is the audio interface, but that's it.
Yeah, I had my phone down there, and I heard I'm bringing up the PC. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Man, that's a nice rack. I like that. That's the open style, right? Open in the back?
Yep, open in the back. It's on the floor to my right. I had it up on the desk because obviously that's easier to adjust. I was getting RFI when it was elevated no matter what I did. I put it back on the floor and it went away.
So that second box up at the top underneath the voltage conditioner, that's how you're able to sidechain, right? You're using that to sidechain the virtualizer?
Negative. That's the Multicom Pro. That's a compressor, limiter, and a gate, but I'm only using the noise gate. If you go all the way to the bottom, you see in this photo, the virtualizer's bypassed. But right above the virtualizer is that Behringer splitter mixer. That's how I do it.
Okay, I got it mixed up. Yeah, that famous splitter mixer. There you go. That's how you can do the isolation, right? To sidechain a component.
Yep, that's it. And I could also use that if let's say I wanted to go hard line into the G2. I could come out of the mixer into the G2, and then I could come out of the splitter into the audio interface. So you could send the signal multiple places. Trying to think what else. And then there's the triple C above that, and that triple C was brand new in the box from 25 years ago. Okay, I got it for $250. He never opened it. And then when I got it, it had the original firmware, and the original firmware doesn't have a threshold control for the low band and the high band. Oh, I gotta grab this, guys. It's my wife, KB2UKA. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, it sure is, man. Yeah, so that's good. I'm happy you're recording. I've been messing around. I introduced a second mic here. I just rolled it in place and it's hooked up. I just have to unmute it on the wing, and it's the RE20. So I messed around with this once before, but I just have it in the background. It's maybe about 7-8 inches away, and then the primary mic is the Neumann. But I just introduced it as like a background mic, and I'm more or less splitting as far as proximity. I'm not really talking or directed to one mic. I'm right in between the two. So it gives it a unique tone, and gives me a chance to listen to that. I appreciate you doing that, recording. Yeah, it's just so clean. Even it's amazing. Even though you're just, are you running it within the radio though? Do you have it on where it's also just within the radio, or you have that off as well? Well, I'll tell you, Ken, it's amazing. I mean, obviously, you're not even near anything like flat topping. No way. I mean, like you said, your ALC, everything is in spec. and I mean, it's like a 90-degree coming out of the bottom of the noise floor. You fooled me. Seriously, I thought you would have it on. You know, the correcting. Oh my goodness, it's perfect, man. And it goes to show you don't overdrive. You don't try to overdrive the amp. The ANAN radios are just so clean, and the Hermes, of course, whichever. But yeah, that is great. Well, I'll tell you what, Ken, what you just described is exactly how you would operate or make that movement for a trapezoid on an oscilloscope. So just say you had the older scope going with the XY, and then input and output samplers, couplers from the amp, and you will wire it up. And you basically, what you just said is how you would almost come up with a perfect trapezoid, and that just proves you're right. I mean, that's everybody wants to see that needle buried on every breath, and that's the flat top. That's where we get this products and intermodulation distortion and all that sporadic crap going outside the passband. And man, of course, we cheat with adapter pre-distortion. We could do all the wrong, right? We can, I'm going for full bore here. It doesn't matter, and pure signal corrects it anyway. And then, you can also sound a little rough too if you do it. But in your case, you're just a great example of operating the clean way, and that's the move. Is basically just get your amp to the cleanest point on its output. So get like a variable attenuator and then another capsule to boot, one of those 20 dB capsules as well.
Right, exactly. So I've heard guys getting it to work at like minus 65, but they blow out sometimes. So yeah, a minus 70 I think would probably hold.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay. Oh man, well, I'm getting tired here, guys. I'm usually in bed by now, but figured what the heck, Saturday night and the melodious tones out here. Doug, you've been man, you're hitting almost 30 here, man. You are booming in. Your antenna's playing really well. All right, so I'm gonna make it my last one, and have a great night. Good Sunday, Ken 7-3, everybody, and we'll be in touch. N4QNT. I'll listen out.
All right, Art, 73, real good to catch you, and I think I'm going to follow you right out the door there. So have a good night, and Ken, you have a good night as well. I look forward to the recording later or tomorrow. All right, KB2UKA clear. Ken, go ahead, and I'll listen out also.